Staying up. I'm wilding out. I'm leaning in.
Hey guys, what's up? Today we're talking about the latest flagship from Xiaomi, the Mi 4. Now don't go about the box, all the boxes look identical. The Xiaomi Mi 4 was released in India day before and it's going to be available exclusively on Flipkart.com starting February 10th. Now, Mi 4 came out almost after a year of the previous flagship, the Mi 3, which kind of on its launch changed the whole pricing model of the mobile industry here in India, mainly because of its very aggressive pricing. At about 13,000, it was offering the almost cutting-edge technology then. Well, the Mi 4 also offers you just about the cutting technology today, but it's considerably more expensive than Mi 3 at about 20,000, just under 20,000. So, in this review video, I'm gonna help you decide, or at least I hope to, whether this device actually is worth your time and money, and actually whether it deserves that kind of premium that you should pay to get this. Now remember, like all the Xiaomi devices, you need to register to get a piece of this.
See, I wasn't exaggerating a bit when I said all the Xiaomi devices boxes look identical. Now one of these is an Mi3 or Mi 3, another is a Redmi Note, and then we have the Mi 4 right at the center here. So I'm gonna do away with these two and I'm gonna show you what's inside my Mi 4 box. And as expected, on top you have the brilliant Mi 4 device here. Once you go further in, you'll first find the manuals. You have the SIM tray open up in there, and then your limited warranty and the user guide. You have the micro USB 2.0 cable. There you go. And then almost identical USB wall adapter as the Redmi Note, but this one is 1 ampere only, unlike the Redmi Note, which has a 2 ampere wall charger. And still, there are no earphones.
Now I don't get this. Why wouldn't you get a pair of OEM earphones when that has almost become standard in today's smartphone packages? And in fact, Xiaomi has some of the coolest budget earphones available, the Piston series. So I would definitely like to have Piston series earphone coming with the box, at least with the flagships, if not others. And that always kind of takes that one mark away from our packaging rating. So then we have the Mi 4 around here. It's a beautiful device, but there's a deviation, a major deviation of the construction material. The Mi 3 had aluminum sheet, a very thin aluminum sheet on the back and around the sides of the device, which actually gave it a more premium and, for me personally, a better look than the Mi 4. The Mi 4 definitely looks premium. You have a metal ring around the sides, but the back side is plastic, and well, plastics kind of, it reduces the weight, but for me personally, I think I like the Mi 3 look better.
On top of the display, you have the usual earphones and your LED notification lights and sensors, and then your 8MP front camera. No LED flash. Below you have the typical shortcut keys. You have the SIM tray around here that holds a single SIM tray. There is no micro SD card slot in this device. You have the micro USB 2.0 port and your speaker grill, power button, volume rocker, and on top the IR blaster and the 3.5mm jack. Behind, 13MP autofocus camera, a noise cancelling mic, LED flash, the Mi branding. You cannot open the back flap. It hides a 3080 mAh battery, and you have this very nice and subtle texture on the back. So even though it's plastic, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it has this very nice texture that I like it. And the best thing about the device is this very nice metal construction on the sides, this ring plus this diamond cut shape, which actually gives a brilliant hold of this device, and being a 5-inch device, it's that much more easily manageable.
And not to mention, design and build quality is of course everyone's personal preference. Talking about the display, it's a top-notch display. 5-inch Full HD display is always that sweet spot. 5-inch is neither too big nor too small. Now I've been using, I've always used over 5.5 inches of devices. So whenever a 5-inch device comes, I kind of like it. I like to use this one more because it's kind of a deviation from the very large, almost not being able to hold with one hand sizes. 5 inches is very comfortable in one hand, and also full HD resolution, 441 ppi color density makes your display extremely bright and crisp.
In fact, you'll see that it renders the colors quite nicely, although it oversaturates the red and the orange part there. The viewing angles is also quite nice. I'm in auto brightness level and you can still see a lot of the area even at about 60 to 65 degree. The video is quite crisp as well, although it's not very sharp, but it's a night scene, and then the viewing angles do not help much. Overall, if you see the icons here, if you see very closely, they're very crisp and they are not pixelated at all. We absolutely love the display around here. It's just that it kind of tends to give an over the board popping colors.
Oh, and finally, drum rolls. We have the MIUI 6 that comes out of the box with the Mi 4. Xiaomi never provided Mi 6 or haven't provided yet for all the previous devices, but then with the Mi 4 we finally get a glimpse of MIUI 6. It's brilliant, very subtle advances or very subtle additional features or upgrades from the MIUI version 5, but they are very welcome. It is still smoother than MIUI 5. It looks very light on the device.
The MIUI version 6 comes out of the box with the Mi 4. The first impression is it looks much cleaner and lighter than the MIUI version 5. One of the biggest change is that the shortcut keys, drag keys on the lock screen goes where you used to, you could just drag up to go to the camera and some of the other stuffs. Also double click on it would take you to the music menu. That thing is gone. You have the clock shifted to the top. Yeah, and you can just swipe up to go to the main menu around here, but same, no dedicated app drawer. And you would see again the sides of the icons looks much cleaner, and there are almost no shadows. They look very leaner, and it also makes the whole UI that much faster. Now MIUI 6 is mainly about gesture. It's very gesture based. You can pinch in to have some of the options here, FX and widgets and wallpaper, and it also did away with the traditional menu method. Although this button actually looks like menu, but more often than not within an app you would find the menu on the new KitKat style on top here wherever applicable. Now when you press this on the home screen, actually takes you to the recent apps. You can again pinch up to see a bigger view of the apps there, but the same, you can drag down to lock it or lock up, or swipe up to kill them, or kill all with just one swipe around there. There you have the notification. Again, swipe left to go to notification. That's the quick function toggle bar. And in almost any app you actually have gesture support. For example, I have the camera app here, yeah, and you can just swipe from the right to get to some of the filters, and swipe from the left to have the shooting modes like panorama and HDR. Similarly, when I'm in the browser, for example, I can just swipe from the right. Nothing happens right now because I do not have any tabs. I can just go back here to the previous history and then go back here just to forward stuff, and then I can also cycle between tabs and other things. So a lot of things are gesture based. We'll go to the settings and see everything is leaner. Yeah, you do not have unnecessary colors, do not have unnecessary animations. Animations are there, but still faster, and they do not actually bog down the overall system. Let's see, notification. Have additional settings around here. Storage, you get roughly just under 13.5 GB of storage, and then when you go to about phone, you see that it's MIUI 6 and it's based on Android KitKat 4.4.4. Go to gallery and see one of those, and go to the edit button here. Yeah, usual stuff. And 406, which is not much out of 555. We've seen scores that are much bigger than this. So the default, there are no default keyboard. Actually, you get a choice of various third-party keyboard as well as the Google one when you're setting up the device. You have the Shift key and flex key. I personally like both, and I cycle between them more often than I could manage. What else? Let's go to the music and check out some of the other stuff. There, see the other tools you have: updater, FM radio, scanners, and whatnot. Yeah, more apps. Some unnecessary third-party apps like Line. I don't even know what the hell is that. Who uses Line anyway? You have the Google default Android apps. One of those. It also comes with a Hindi keyboard there, the Google one, and of course you get Flipkart app because this guy is available exclusively on Flipkart. The camera UI is very clean. Mainly, as I showed you before, it's all gesture based, so all the shooting modes and settings come here, and all the filters go up there. So it's fast, very fast once it locks the focus. Yeah, and that's how you start recording there. You can pause or stop the recording from right there. You can jump to your gallery around here, and that's how you switches on your front camera. The front 8MP camera gives out quite good details, and I like the skin tone there. See, it's not unnecessarily brightening me up. I can go here still, and then I can switch it back, and then it does something funny. It tries to guess my age, 29 male, 30 male thing. I don't know what the hell that is, and there is something cool. So you just lock your focus around here. But if you want to track a moving subject, now I haven't seen this in a lot of smartphones. Let's say the subject is this. Just keep two fingers on the border of the subject, and it's going to draw a rectangle there, and it's gonna track the subject, and it's pretty good. However, the stills come out quite detailed. Under enough light, they tend to oversaturate the red and the green parts. So you see very popping out colors. You might like that if you like those movies, but if you like me, you would prefer natural colors. Under low light, however, it performs below average. The detail are just not there. The videos are not sharp under low light, and gives out lots and lots of noise. Well, not the loudest, but still it's loud enough. I like the bass, but it's kind of just trying too hard on the bass part, like the treble though. But overall, very impressive speaker output. Even the mid-range vocals actually sound quite good. See?
Did you see that? I just was like, what?
The vocals are not very digitally enhanced, which is a good thing. So overall, I absolutely love the sound output this. I just wish it was louder, but that's good enough because mostly you don't listen to the speaker anyway. Even if you listen to it, you probably listen to it at a place, at a comfort of your home, and maybe at your friend's place, but not at a very crowded place anyway. You're not supposed to listen to music via speakers in public places.
Well, we did some benchmark testing on the Mi 4, and being a flagship device, it's performed quite well. It's not exactly on the top, but you would consistently see it in the top 5 or 7 of the devices. Now we're talking about top devices that cost more than twice the price of this one, which is 20k, so that's kind of okay for me. We also did some gameplay testings, and you would see that the Mi 4 played all the games that we threw on it totally perfectly. There were no frame loss, no lag, none whatsoever. On some of the most demanding games like, let's say, Modern Combat 5 or Nova 3, we just see that very slight lag which only I could experience, you know, whenever I was moving, but that's very slight, and that's almost not mentionable, and I'm being really picky and an asshole here. So then, are we getting the Mi 4 on February 10th? Well, you anyway will have to be lucky enough if we take the previous Xiaomi sales any indication. But leaving that aside, the main competitor to the Mi 4 is of course the OnePlus One from OnePlus, which is in fact another Chinese mobile giant, and that also offers almost similar specs to this one, Mi 4, albeit a larger device, and that cost about 21,000 or just over 21,000, about 2,000 more than this one. But the OnePlus One comes with 64 GB storage. This one comes with 16 GB. So that's one of the bad thing, one of the cons, or one of the downside of this one, where it falls behind the OnePlus One. Where it wins, one of the things is the front camera. It has an 8 MP front camera. The OnePlus One has 5 MP front camera. The MIUI 6 is one of the best ROM engine in the world. OnePlus One is not even sure whether it would get an update the next year. And also, this guy is based on Android, KitKat, of course, even OnePlus One. The OnePlus One's main disadvantage, which I would say is that it's a huge device. It's a 5.5-inch device, but the display to body ratio is such that I feel the body is very bulky. If you like a bigger display, always dreamed of a 5.5-inch display because you read those magazines a lot on your phone, do not use a tablet or such, you might want to go for the OnePlus One. I will not stop you. But I'll tell you what, this is much more manageable than the OnePlus One. It will disappear in your pocket quietly, you wouldn't even know it. OnePlus One will make its presence felt inside your pocket. Plus, I kind of like the look and feel of this, although I don't like this plastic bag. I like the plastic bag of the OnePlus One better. But front camera, in the age of selfies these days, 8 MP front camera, the 3 MP difference could make a real difference on the low light, or even when you're taking high resolution selfies. Apart from that, I don't see much differences between the two devices, or it's your call. Mainly it'll come down to what screen sizes you would need. Mainly if you can manage a bigger screen, go for the OnePlus One. But if you want a perfect combination, or perfect amalgamation of the screen size and features and camera properties and sound output, and also one of the best ROM in the world, then the Mi 4 is right up there if you're lucky enough, if you can grab this. If you like this device, or if you like this video as well, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, please share this video so that others come to know of our channel and the effort that we put into every video. And stay tuned, you might just be one of the lucky ones to get one of the priority passes from us as giveaway for free to buy one of these jams on February 10th.